Dear students, today we will discuss about the steps in life cycle of a typical angiospermic plants. It includes, it comprises mainly four steps, four major headings. One is one is development of the development that leads to formation of male gametes or sperm. B. Development that leads to formation of female gamete embryo sac. C. Fertilization. And D. Development of embryo and seed formation. First heading, again, development that leads to formation of male gametes or sperm, again divided into three main headings. Development of anther microsporangium, formation of microspore pollen grains or microsporogenesis, and third one is development of microspore to form mature male gametophyte and formation of sperm. B part comprises development of ovule, that means megasporangium, formation of megaspore, that means megasporogenesis. Third one is development in megaspore, that means, and formation of female gametophyte, that means embryo sac and female gamete. Third one is fertilization, major step है ये, this one is major step, and development of embryo and seed formation. Development that leads to formation of male gamete sperm includes first development of anther or microsporangium. We know that micro word is here comes for pollen grains, and angium means thala or bag. That means pollen grains are found in that bag, that means anther. Clear the concept. These terms are very interesting and very confusing. So, clear the concept of this terminology. Angium, micro, angium means bag or sac like structure. Micro word is used for pollen grains, that means micro means pollen grains are found in that angium, that means thala, that means that place where pollen grains are found is known as anther. That means microsporangium is regarded as anther in case of angiospermic plants. In this case, development of microsporangium is of eusporangiate type. What is the meaning of this eusporangiate? That means group of cells, group of initial cells, not a single cell. That means group of cells are involved here and involved in the formation of microsporangium. So this is which type of eusporangiate type of development occur. In this case, few cells of hypodermal region becomes differentiated to form archisporial cells. In case of Borhavia, these are the exceptional case. Borhavia and Dionia. In this case, only one archisporial cells are found. Archisporial cells divides periclinally, that means along the periphery, to form two cells, to form two layers, outer parietal layer and inner sporogenous layer. Outer primary parietal layer and inner sporogenous layer. primary parietal layer is again primary parietal layer below the which lies below the epidermis again divide periclinally and to form 3 to 5 layers, concentric rings or concentric layers, and these layers form wall of sporangium. Wall of sporangium. And the innermost layer of the wall called as tapetum, and this tapetum provide nutrition to developing pollen grains. This is the one of the important point which is regularly asked regularly asked in the competitive exams. What is the function of tapetum? The function of tapetum is provide nutrition to the developing pollen grains. Who provide the nutrition to developing pollen grains? Tapetum provide the nutrition to the developing pollen grains. Just the layer just below the epidermis is called endothecium. In some books, endothecium. Now, sporogenous layer may function directly as pollen mother cell. Sporogenous layer may function directly as pollen mother cell, or it divide to form many pollen mother cells. That means sporogenous cells form pollen mother cells. Sporogenous tissue form pollen mother cells. Anther wall consists of following 4 layers from outer to inner side. Following 4 layers are found: epidermis single layered, endothecium single layered, middle layer 2 to 3 layered, and tapetum single layered, and innermost layer, which provide nutrition to developing pollen grains. Endothecium consists of radially elongated cells and are hygroscopic in nature. That means moisture absorbing cells. They absorb the moisture and burst. These help in dehiscence of the anther, splitting of the anther to release the spore. This is the figure of microsporangium anther and the TS of anther, which showing the cellular structure of microsporangium. This is section of anther. Which is the enlarged size of the anther. This is the cellular structure of the microsporangium. The outermost layer is epidermis. This is the epidermis layer. Second one is endothecium. This green is. This is the middle layer. This is the tapetum layer, that means nutritive layer, and these are the PMC, pollen mother cell. What is PMC? Pollen mother cell. MMC या pollen mother cell or MMC, microspore mother cell. MMC, microspore mother cell. MOTHER, mother cell. This is now tapetum. Tapetum is the innermost layer which provide nutrition to the developing pollen grains. We know that very well. These tapetum are of two types. On their behavior, they are of two types. One is glandular and other is amoeboid. Glandular or secretory or parietal tapetum. These are remains as such in their original position. Throughout the microspore development. They secrete nutritive substance for the development of the spores. But amoeboid tapetum, in amoeboid tapetum, the cells, the radial wall and inner walls become breaks, and cytoplasm release in the chamber, in the cavity, and make a mass of periplasmodium, and this periplasmodium acts like moves like a amoeboid perform amoeboid movement, so called as amoeboid tapetum. They move from one to another place. It provides nourishment to the sporogenous tissue. They are most common in hydrophytes. Thus, we have discussed today discuss about the development of anther microsporangium. In the next session, we will discuss next topic.